One bullet. That is all it took to break Spiderman. But the sound that haunts him isn't the shot. It's what came after. A heart monitor. Steady. Mechanical. Keeping alive the only person Peter Parker has left. This is where our story begins. Not with a villain's monologue. Not with a battle in the sky, but in a hospital room that smells like antiseptic and failure. See, Peter Parker made a choice. During the Civil War, he stood on a stage, pulled off his mask, and told the entire world his name. He thought he was doing the right thing. He thought the people he loved would be protected. He was wrong. A sniper's bullet meant for Peter found Aunt May instead. And in that hospital room, staring at the woman who raised him, Peter Parker didn't just grieve. He did something far more dangerous. He stopped being Spider-Man and became something else entirely. Let's get something straight, right now. This is not the symbiote. This is not Venom. There is no alien whispering in Peter's ear, no outside force corrupting him. This is a man choosing a color. Black, because he's in mourning. Black, because he doesn't want to be seen. And black, because some part of him knows what he's about to do doesn't deserve bright colors. Peter goes hunting, and I need you to understand what that means. When Spider-Man hunts, he doesn't need to play detective for weeks. Peter Parker has a genius-level intellect, spider sense that borders on precognition, and a network of people who owe him answers. He finds the sniper, a man named Jake Martino, hired gun. Nobody special, just a finger on a trigger, paid by someone who thought they were untouchable. Peter gets a name, the name behind the money, the name behind the bullet. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin of crime, sitting in a cell at Ryker's Island, smiling because he thought prison walls made him safe. He was wrong. Now here's where the story shifts. This is where it goes from a superhero comic to something that feels more like a horror movie, and the monster is the hero. Ryker's Island is a fortress, maximum security, designed to keep the worst people in New York inside. But it was never designed to keep a monster out. Peter doesn't smash through the walls. He doesn't fight the guards or trip the alarms. He simply bypasses them. Every camera, every steel door, every checkpoint. A ghost in a black suit. Wilson Fisk is waiting for him. White suit, cane in hand. He didn't hide. He didn't run. He walked out onto that prison floor, dressed like a king, because that's what he believes he is. The inmates crowd the floor around him, packed behind the railings above, every eye locked on the same spot. They know something is about to happen. They just don't know what. A web line lowers from the shadows, and Peter drops. Fast, silent, like a spider landing on prey that doesn't know it's already dead. He stands there, eye level with Fisk, black suit against white suit, until Peter finally breaks the silence. End of the road, Fisk. You, me, right now. Fisk smiles. Even now, he smiles. He's standing in his crisp white suit, surrounded by his men, calling Peter a chump, a man hiding behind a mask. But Fisk has made a mistake, the worst mistake of his life. Spider-Man didn't come to the prison today. He takes off the mask. He strips away the suit. He strips away the superhero, leaving only the man. Spider-Man didn't come to kill him. Peter did. He doesn't just hit the Kingpin, he humiliates him. Open-handed slaps again and again and again. Not punches, slaps. Because punches are for opponents. Slaps are for men who need to be reminded of their place, each one stripping away another layer of the myth, systematically reducing the most feared man in New York to a bleeding, breathless old man on his knees. And then comes the absolute silence. Peter grabs Fisk by the ruined collar, forcing the barrel of his web shooter straight into his mouth. He doesn't pull the trigger. He just tells him exactly how it will happen. A continuous stream of webbing shot straight down his windpipe, flooding his lungs until they are packed completely solid. He would drown from the inside out. The only way to survive would be to physically cut his own lungs out of his chest. 1, 2, 3 seconds. He counts it out loud, watching the terror finally settle into Fisk's eyes, just to show him how easily, how quietly it could all end. But Peter doesn't end it. Not today. He does something far worse. He lets him live. He drops Fisk onto the concrete in front of his own men, and the room changes. The inmates aren't looking at a king anymore. They're looking at a victim. Peter turns to the room and delivers one final chilling promise. If anyone ever comes near his family again, they die. Painfully, slowly, definitively. He vanishes back into the shadows. Wilson Fisk didn't die that day. But his empire, his pride, his untouchable legacy, Peter Parker beat it to death on that cold prison floor. And for the rest of his life, Wilson Fisk has to sleep, knowing exactly what the monster in the dark looks like. It looks like Peter Parker,